Cuba's Orient province, Holguin rises as a generous city, crossed by palm trees and electric lines, celebrated for its wide boulevards, its shaded squares, and its inhabitants known for their human warmth. But beyond the official avenues and regulated activity, an invisible network stretches out, living to the rhythm of necessity and popular ingenuity. The black market. This market, a true alternative lung of the city, creeps into hidden alleys, adapting to every corner left vacant by the formal economy. From dawn, the first sounds signal the awakening of this clandestine, effervescent activity, endlessly reinventing survival. For those daring enough to enter, the black market of Holguin reveals itself through narrow streets, sometimes paved, often dusty, where the morning light draws trembling beams on the uneven ground. Scents intertwine. The heady aroma of black coffee freshly poured, the golden frying of corn fritters, the stubborn smell of engines, and the softer trace of wilted flowers sold in haste. Voices echo, sometimes hushed, sometimes loud, in a ballet of greetings, negotiations, jokes, and whispered conversations beneath stretched tarps. The decor seems improvised. Wooden beams holding polychrome cloths, forming makeshift shops. Under these fragile shelters, every seller defends their space. A shirt hanging from a line, boxes stacked on bare earth, treasures hidden within. From toothbrushes to rusty wrenches, colorful sandals to rare foodstuffs. The market draws a human mosaic. The young chasing sneakers, the elderly trading memories, laughing children slipping between adults, mothers balancing baskets filled with provisions. The flow is constant, weaving among stalls, stopping to weigh fabric, sniff fruit, or test a second-hand battery. At one corner, a rattling cart brushes past bicycles stacked with bags. Nearby, a motorcycle thunders, carrying a passenger and a box of bulbs under a blanket. The ballet of movement is ceaseless, a dynamic web where every vehicle serves a function. Discreet delivery, merchandise transport, or simple passage. The arrangement is pure resourcefulness. Some stalls show sophistication. Wooden walls, improvised windows behind worn curtains, pulley systems crafted to lower coveted items. Others rely on discretion, placing goods on a plastic sheet, ready to vanish at the first alert. Specialized stands abound, mechanics offering parts for Ladas and MZ motorcycles. Others displaying chargers, batteries, and electronic accessories from across the globe. When rain arrives, merchants improvise drainage systems, stretch tarps, or wrap perishables in plastic bags. Adaptability reigns supreme. The diversity approaches that of a department store. Clothing, watches, sunglasses, perfumes, tools, toys, auto parts, cosmetics, even rare medicines. Food holds pride of place. Tropical fruits, fresh vegetables, imported rice, canned goods, soda in recycled bottles, rum, beer, sugar, oil, flour, often sold in small quantities for daily budgets. But most fascinating is the offer of mechanical and electronic goods. Alternators, carburetors, batteries, used tires, LED lamps, motherboards, reconditioned phones, soldering irons, Bluetooth accessories, even antennas to capture foreign channels. Each item carries the trace of its history. Smuggled, brought back from abroad, traded for another service. The vendors embody Cuban resilience. Mothers transforming living rooms into sewing workshops. Former mechanics turned masters of impossible repairs. Young men taking orders by WhatsApp, delivering discreetly by bike. Others act as intermediaries, essential pivots of this underground economy, guiding newcomers to the right supplier or negotiating discounts in secrecy. Implicit codes circulate. Looks, gestures, coded words. Solidarity prevails. When a control is announced, the alert spreads quickly, and within minutes everything vanishes, only to reappear later, elsewhere. Clientele reflects Cuba itself. Plural, inventive, marked by need. Families compare prices, choose between brands, or hunt for a spare part to revive an essential appliance. The young seek the latest headphones, sneakers, baseball caps. The elderly look to fill the gaps left by rationing. Transactions unfold with cheer but also caution. Regular buyers are known and welcomed by name. Newcomers face suspicion until trust grows. The market overflows with life. Children play, musicians perform improvised rumba, vendors joke loudly. Scents follow one another. Spices, grilled fish, hot oil, ripe fruit, exhaust fumes. Colors burst from fabrics, wrappers, improvised stalls. Here, goods are not the only currency. Stories, news, rumors, and solidarity are also exchanged. An old man finds the missing piece for his radio. A teenager buys a vintage dress for her sister. Two children help their mother by sorting bolts. Tension strikes. A whispered warning, and silence falls. Minutes later, relief returns, and life resumes, stronger than before. The market lives under constant threat. Police raids, confiscations, fines, arrests. Signs are read carefully. Strangers, unusual movements, insistent looks. High-value deals move off-site, hidden from view. Strategies abound. Money hidden in fruit, phones replaced often, coded passwords. Solidarity dominates. A whistle, a gesture, and all vanishes like smoke. The black market of Holguin is not just a space of exchange. It is a theater of ingenuity, tenacity, and survival. It fills gaps, creates bonds, and gives the city a complex, fascinating face. Behind every vendor and buyer lies a story, a family, a hope. As long as shortages persist, this clandestine market will remain Holguin's beating heart. Life, obstinate and indomitable.